Nation of Fit in 10, it is day 42, which means we are at the end of week 6, and we've got 28 days to go, if you can believe it. 28 days to go, and that may not seem like a lot, but that's still almost half the challenge. And you can still make mega massive change in this challenge. Yes, you can. You can still make mega massive change in 28 days, so long as you submit and commit yourself to the pillars of this challenge, right? You've got to commit yourself to the pillars of this challenge. And I'm going to challenge you to, for lack of better words, challenge perhaps your own self-beliefs, or perhaps the soft rules that you set for yourself, and try to combat them, try to overcome them. And these might be things such as, it's not possible for me to lose whatever, 8 more pounds of fat, or I didn't lose much fat in the first 4 weeks, I don't think it's possible, or this goes against my lifestyle, so I'm gonna, when it works out for me, I'll do it. When it doesn't, I'm not gonna follow it. I want you to challenge yourself on these types of things, okay? Or maybe it's in the gym. Maybe you're thinking, I cannot lift this weight. And then you try it and just see. You're not gonna, hopefully you're not gonna kill yourself by trying a certain weight. Of course, if you're always afraid, you can always ask Coach Kenneth or myself, depending on who's teaching the class, or maybe it's gonna be Cyrus or possibly Martina. And we can watch you up close and spot you, okay? But the point here that I'm saying is, let's challenge these things that, these widely held beliefs that you perhaps carry that you don't need to. Right? I want you to challenge yourself the next 28 days, okay? All right. More of your feedback. I will put up the calendar for scans because we got to run the scans at the end of next week. All right, name something you can improve on for the following week. Making sure I portion out all my meals throughout the day to ensure I'm getting in all my food. All right, is this something you can be accountable to? I'll read it again. Making sure I portion out all my meals throughout the day to ensure getting all my food. Okay, yeah, so this is something that you can be accountable to. So kudos to you. Let's do this. Of course, this came in the 21st of October, so it's been some time. Name something specific you need help with. Good protein bars, ? Okay, the ISO bars. If you haven't had a chance to try one of the ISO bars, let me know and I'll give you 1 or 2 of them and you can try them. They are super good bars. They are made, all the ingredients in there are real whole food ingredients. They're made, or 60% of those ingredients are certified organic. They are vegetarian friendly. They're not vegan friendly because they have whey protein in them, but they are actually super good tasting. And while they may not be like a real whole food, they are made, like I said, with all real whole food ingredients. So they're a really good bar. I highly recommend them. And they taste great. They're not a typical protein bar, I guarantee you that. Other good ones that I like, the RX bars at Costco are good. They've only got like 4 or 5 ingredients. They don't taste bad. They're not amazing, but they don't taste bad. Quest bars are really good, and so are the Kirkland protein bars. They're very similar. I'd say the Kirkland protein bars they're sort of a knockoff of the Quest bars, and they use this indigestible fiber as sort of a base of the bar. So while the bar might say they have 18 grams of carbohydrates, they really, really don't. Can I think of anything else bar-wise? There may be others. There is, what's it called? There is a bar out there that's made with real whole food ingredients. It's really good. What's it called? Again, not Luna bars. It'll come to me. I can't remember. But they're not so great because they are low in protein and they're really high in fat. What's the name? They're not Luna. They sound like Luna. Why am I thinking Luna? It's not Luna. Anyways, it'll probably come to me as I'm doing the rest of this video. All right, next question here. Is there anything you would like me to cover in this week's video series? What cuts of steak are best for you? For me, I find, I think you're probably just asking people in general, I find top sirloin, not Not that tasty, even with spices. Brackets, sorry, vegan people. Okay. So listen, if you go with a leaner steak, a top sirloin, an eye round, a flank, something like this, first of all, I'm going to suggest that the way you cook it will obviously have a big effect on its tenderness. So you could try sous vide. I haven't tried this. Somebody was telling me about it the other day. Sous vide, if you're not familiar with it, I guess you need the right machinery for it, which I don't think is that expensive. But the meat actually goes into, I think, a Ziploc or a vacuum sealed bag, and it goes actually into very warm water, and it cooks for 4 or 5 hours or whatever. And you get a very, very tender meat. Now, in terms of making it taste good, yeah, some spices are, I know spices are spices. I like to go with something like that's got a bit of a sweeter spice. That may not be your thing. Marinating, making your own marinades, especially with vinegar. So doing a vinegar-based, and Martina, I should ask Martina because she's got some good low-calorie marinades. These are great ways to go, right? So if you take the steak before it's cooked and you marinate it overnight, you put it in a Ziploc in the marinade and you just let it sit in it. Even doing a low-calorie barbecue sauce can be a great way to go. But I think you're probably going to find that if you do like a slow cook at a lower temperature, something like a sous vide, when I cook my meat, I'm very basic. I just put it in the oven, actually on bake. But I get these big chunks of eye round steak, and I actually slice them like super thick. And so I usually just get them, basically cooked on the outside, and the inside it's basically raw. So I like my meat pretty raw. And it's not so bad, and it's for me, eye round it's not that bad in terms of its level of toughness for chewing. There is one spice that I use which I really, really love, and let me just go grab it here. Actually, there's a couple. I like this one. This is a bit smoky. I don't know if you like that or not. Chipotle mango. So this is really good. And this one I got at Trader Joe's when I was in the States, and unfortunately can't go across the border yet, but soon enough you'll be able to. This was truly awesome, and this was Barbecue 101 seasoning, so you could try that. Okay, and these are pretty much calorie-less. Okay, this one's calorie-less. This one is not, but I mean, you're not really going to get, because you're not going to get that much in there. There is sugar in here, but again, you're not using that much to get very much sugar, so it's okay to have a few grams of sugar. Okay, that's not going to really cause you much grief. All right, 8:25. Let's get to the message of the day. Today's message of the day, day 42. Don't limit your challenges. This is quite apropos after what I said in the beginning of this challenge. On day 42, don't limit your challenges, rather challenge your limits. Challenge your limits. Challenge your limits. I realize we're not all the same, and I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just saying, if some people can do it, maybe you can do it too. I think you can. I think that we really, really limit our challenges. I really do believe that we probably apply, honestly, probably, and this is for most of us, myself included, probably 3 to 5% of truly what we are capable of. I think we really underestimate what we're capable of. So I'm going to, just a reminder, these last 28 days, I'm going to really strongly encourage you to challenge your limitations. Challenge your limitations. So I'll say it again, don't limit your challenges, rather challenge your limits. Let's go hard these last 28 days. I will put up the calendar shortly here because we're gonna run scans next weekend, at least starting next weekend or the end of week 7, okay, and into the weekend. All right, you guys, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. See you guys.